So yeah, let's see how this is gonna go around. Oh yeah, we were here. I actually forgot what we were doing. Continue? Yes? Oh god, a lot of reading. What did we do? What did we do? Yes, we're in the beginning, right? No. History. Oh yeah, we have to probably fix this stuff. Okay, let's try to think again what we were doing a few months ago. Oh, it's gonna be hard. Well, Miss Trade, let's trade. It would appear you find yourself in something of a predicament. Where the blue blazes have you been? Pardon? When ladies in trouble, true gents supposed to be there to help straight away, not an hour later. Harsh. And who, pray tell, are you? Mr. Agate Benedict, you have in my eyes a veritably encyclopedic array of curiosities about your person. Nevertheless, there are two immovable conclusions I have drawn. Beg your pardon? First this. The true reason for your visit to this pawnbroker today is something you have not yet revealed. And the second is this. Considerable crime is in contemplation. One you will orchestrate with intent to steal a vast sum of money. Okay, I know what you're talking about. Sholmes, alright? Trying to accuse someone who was actually after the person who, you know, stole the item. Well, Mr. Benedict, what say you to my conclusion? How? That's what a hard boy. What? Hey y'all, don't tell me he actually hit the mark even though he had no idea what he was talking about. It would seem that once again, Mr. Sholmes has made a flawless deduction. Are we really calling deduction though? Who do you think you are, sir? Ah yes, as I hoped. That's precisely the pained expression I was looking for. So, shall we begin? Time has come for yet another Sherlock Holmes' logic and reasoning spectacular. I mean, you do you, boo. See what you got, man. Mysterious aim, okay. First of all, we must ask ourselves on what business you ventured to this pawnbrokery today. You claim to have followed this pickpocket here, having had the redemption ticket stolen from you on the street. But that is most certainly a lie. The real truth is something quite different. Oh shit. Why do you have it in your hand, my guy? As revealed by that which you hold in your hand. Yes, what brought you to the shop in the first place? Staff recruitment flyer, wait, what? The piece of paper in your hand is the staff wanted advertisement from this very shop. Yet even the most unobservant would soon realize that the man of your appearance has no need of such employ. In other words, there's some ulterior motive for your action. What are you trying to do? Are you trying to swing at me? Again, which you unwittingly clutch, your person exhibits an incontrovertible contradiction. What utter rot. I've had this cane for years. This contradiction of which I speak is, of course, missing MyoRU, whatever that means. The end of any walking cane would be terminated with the MyoRU to protect the wooden tip. A yet detailed analysis shows the wooden tip of the stick to be utterly bare. Therefore, there's only one conclusion. The rod that you hold in your hand, which appears to be a walking cane. Is it fake? No cane at all. But what do you think it is then? You recall, sir? Something wrong? Well, and in your recoiling, you inadvertently facilitate the answer of the next conundrum to present itself. Namely, what is the truth behind this rod you bear? Yes, your reaction betrays the truth. The handle, which you evidently would like to conceal, is the key to understanding this riddle, you see. The moment I saw it, my suspicions were aroused. What walking cane demands such a stout handle, mused I. I mean, aren't you just holding on to it? Just walking, you know, put pressure on it? Wouldn't that be a cane? But of course, as I said, this is no walking cane. No, that rot. It's a sword. What? The broken hand of a shovel? How is this a shovel? Are you insane? And now, having determined this undeniable truth, the conclusion is clear. Your true motive for coming here was to take employment at this establishment in order to excavate the ground beneath the premise. Okay, dude, what are you talking about? Are you challenging him? It's gonna break down the floor and start digging. What a calculated crime you have conceived, sir. A wickedly calculated crime. Ah yes, the tunnel underneath. Okay. Are we pirates now? We're hunting for treasure. Now, Mr. Benedict, let us continue. Well, you must expose the details of this elaborate crime you have in the planning. This is utterly absurd. Suggest that I, a gentleman, intend to excavate the ground beneath this pawnbrokery with the broken shovel. What on earth do you propose I could expect to find there? Yeah, what are you doing? Look at those moves, man. Long forgot treasures, I suppose. Save for such fanciful theory, what possible reason you could have to do as you say? No, but there's an ample reason. As you are only too well aware, Mr. Benedict, is you looking at the one thing? Ah, and you furtive glance. It's more telling than I could have hoped. What? Let's consider what would motivate a man to infiltrate a shop such as this and covertly dig beneath its floor. Deductions revealed by the council notice, on the counter which eyes were virtually drawn. This letter gives notice of public works to be carried out in the local area. According to the enclosed plan of the upcoming sewage works. Wait, what is he talking about? It's just a list. Each shop runs a sewer that joins another one that runs under the bank on the opposite side of the road. Okay, now is he going for that? Well, he became a bank robber. This madness has entered the sewers now, has it? By excavating the ground beneath your feet, you would gain access to the waterway. It flows in very close proximity to the Great Vault of the financial institution opposite. What are you? In summary, sir, you devised a master plan to pull off an elaborate bank robbery by dint of the underground tunnels. Master plan? Yo man, you gotta hold your ground. You cannot just get yourself kicked off this easily. Which brings us at last to the final chapter of this lurid scheme. With that plunder that thief hoped to make off from the underground vault of the bank. Wait, are you really already thinking this far ahead, him already selling his stuff? I consulted with Scotland Yard some days ago. I happen to know the answer. But naturally, the answer is no secret to you, is it, Mr. Benedict? I have no idea what you're talking about. Allow me to present a rather interesting piece of evidence. See, the picture postcard tells us all we need to know. Postcard of the Great Exhibition? I'm afraid you quite lost me. Look, in the final stage of preparation, the Great Exhibition will soon be underway. The government has provided extra funds to complete its centerpiece, the Crystal Tower. Okay, are we going to Crystal Towers too? Funds are currently sit in the vault of the bank on the other side of this road. Okay, are we going... He's really thinking of that, huh? Pardon? Yes, the considerable crime you have been contemplating is the theft of that which sits in the vault of that bank, the special reserve funds for the Great Exhibition. Okay, my dude. You are thinking way too big brain here. That will never happen. Of course, that is the top secret police information, so keep it under your head, please. Why would you say that out loud? Because someone sent this guy to jail. Because this guy is, he's giving out information for free. That concludes Sherlock Jones' great deduction of this pawnbroking puzzle. Mr. Sholmes? Well, Mr. Naruto-san. Well, Mr. Naruto, actually, because he doesn't speak Japanese. An impressively upbeat deduction for a detective wracked with loneliness, would you not agree? What are you saying about loneliness? Not sure what you said about the bank over the road and what it has in its vault. Indeed. So if you know of its existence, it is one of the government's most closely guarded secrets. Well, now, yeah, 3 or 5 more people know about the secret now, and we have, you know, a pickpocket, close by as well. Gregson told me in the strictest confidence. Well, you already betrayed Gregson's confidence. Yeah, already lost it, man. But you just announced it to everyone here, rather loudly, in fact. And if it's such a big secret... Oh boy. How Mr. Bennett have come to find out about it? There can be but one explanation for that. Clearly, it is because the man is a criminal. What do you mean, Gregson? It's not a criminal. But what if he didn't know anything about the... Okay, well, it's not Gregson, but you know. The guy over here is like... That makes no sense. Why would you... He's like... Oh yeah, he's not a criminal, and he would never do this plan ever, but now he also have, knowledge that the bank has all these funds to something big, and now everyone can, hunt for that big time bank job. What if he didn't know anything about the money in the vault? If he's a criminal, as you said, then buying a brand new shovel is sure to be the first thing he does now that you've revealed the secret. Well, I wouldn't say he would buy a shovel. Well, then he needs to, you know, rope in the guy who owns this place right here, then give him a piece of that, and then, you know, as I continue digging. Oh, if he doesn't, maybe Mr. Windybank. Well, he already has plenty of shovels here after all. Yeah, also it's the most convenient, you know, place where you can, you know, dig in peace. Oh my life, I assure you, I'm not so unscrumptious. Well, hopefully this has taught you a valuable lesson. Sensitive information must be handled with the utmost of care. One can never be sure that someone privy to secrets won't disclose them. Once word is out, it's out. Perhaps I think twice before confiding in you next time, Mr. Sholmes. Excellent idea, Mr. Naruto. An excellent idea! Well done, Naruto-san. You know what to do, I'm sure. Yes, let's listen to that great deduction again and see if we can massage it into shape. Yeah, either, you know, you ruined it all. You have more secrets than every single police officer would do. Oh well then, let's start once more from the beginning. Of Sherlock Holmes' magnificent logic and reasoning spectacular. Well, I mean, he had logic and reasoning. Spectacular was also. Yeah, but also we got to know a lot more that we shouldn't be knowing about. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes, hold it! First of all, we must ask ourselves on what business you ventured to this pawnbrokery today. You're going to have followed this pickpocket here and having had the redemption ticket stolen from you on the street. But that is most certainly a lie. To tell the truth, it's something different, quite different. As revealed by that which you hold in your hand. Yeah, there's nothing else. Alright. Yes, what brought you to this shop in the first place is a staff recruitment flyer. Oh, Mr. Sholmes' reasoning. Mr. Bennett came here in order to apply for a job so he could dig down through the floor. Yes, in an attempt to tunnel into the sewers to gain access to the money, the vault to the bank across the road. But he wouldn't get very far with a broken shovel, would he? Yes, he wouldn't. No, I think it's fair to say his motives lie elsewhere. The question is where? What did bring Mr. Benedict here at this particular point in time? Oh. A scribbled writing on the back. I mean, yeah. And I have to really get used with the controls again. Alright. Let's go with the scribbled thing on the back. Oh, camera. Oh, look at all the scribbled notes on the back of the flyer here. I don't believe it, y'all. You better believe it. What is it? Well, it looks like a description of someone. A small picture as well that got drawn on. Written on something. Listen to what it says. Name Gina Lestrade. Height 5'2". Green cap, scruffy waistcoat, grubby white shirt, blue satchel, ragged. It's a detailed description of Miss Lestrade. Goodness. Even the sketch of her had no. Although if he showed it to her, she'd fire that small grenade launcher in his face for sure, 100%. And look, the details of the shop have been written down here too. Windybank's Pawnbrokery, Baker Street, redemption deadline 15th April. Which is today's date. Why would Mr. Benedict have all that information scrawled on the back of the piece of paper? Info Miss Lestrade. silk top hat is whiter than white. Only an English gentleman could hope to carry off something so bright. But it looks so incongruous with the black overcoat, don't you think? Perhaps it's the latest London fashion. I mean, that's a guesswork, of course. How about it, Mr. Not at all? I think you'd look very fetching in a white top hat. Well, you know, I think it might look rather incongruous with my black university uniform, so... and let's not look further, alright? Look at the cane. Maybe it says something? Proper English gentleman's cane, isn't it? That beautiful polished brass on the handle. That's what Mr. Sholmes is right. It's not the sort of handle you really see on a crane. What's the late London fashion? Okay, what about the London fashion? Up to cane? I mean, canes are probably pretty cool. I mean, it's like a walking stick. I mean, that's what the cane is, right? Cane is just a, you know, glorified word for walking stick. Alright. Yes, what brought you to this shop in the first place is the info about Miss Lestrade. Quite so, my dear fellow. It would appear that the writing on the sketch on the reverse of the flyer pertained to the pickpocket Miss Lestrade and to Mr. Windybank pawnbrokery here. You originally told us. That you may have given chase after Miss Lestrade stole the redemption ticket from you. But that, sir, is a thinly veiled lie. Oh my god, why would you lie like that? It is the information on the back of the flyer that led you here today, by which I mean... here, to Windybank's pawnbrokery and today redemption deadline of the overcoat. So you waited outside for the young girl matching the description you have written down to arrive. Wait, is this guy a pickpocket? Is this guy a pickpocket who, you know, more like someone who waits for the pickpocket and, you know, steals their item? Of course, there's always bigger fish in the sea, but you know, maybe he's the one who hunts the hunter. And you have gone to some lengths to hide the reason for your pursuit of Miss Lestrade. In other words, there's some ulterior motive for your actions. The cane which you unwittingly clutch to your person exhibits an incontrovertible contradiction. What utter rot! I've had this cane for years. The contradiction of which I speak of is, of course, the ferrule. Ferrule. And what's a ferrule? Good question, I've also no idea. It's something at the end of a walking stick. Metal cap commonly found at the end of a cane, Mr. Naruto. Ah, the bit that makes a cane a nice clacking sound on the pavement. Yes, exactly. Mr. Schultz is right. It appears to be missing on this cane. It doesn't actually look broken, does it? No, it doesn't. Though, the gentleman certainly did recoil when Mr. Sholmes identified the cane as suspicious. In other words, there's some secret about the cane that Mr. Benedict, but rather we don't know. Whoa. Mr. Guy, what you got to say, The end of his cane, just bare wood, yes. Going to Mr. Sholmes. This is where the shovel blade would have... I don't think it's a shovel. I've just been tip fell off. I'm sorry, not so, but couldn't possibly speculate. What should be a knife? Like right here. AG. Okay, Susato-san. There's some letters on the handle. Ah yes, those must be initials, I think. It was its customary for people to engrave their belongings with the first letters of their name. Sholmes would be HS, you mean? That's right. And the initials on this can obviously... Oh! AG. I don't feel... so it's not quite right. Yeah, this, well, his name is Benedict, so there are no B's in this cane, on this cane. Okay, alright. Then you have it with the word weep, huh? What else could do, to be honest? I mean, how doing? Well, let's present it. The contradiction of which I speak is, of course, the initialing? A most astute observation, wouldn't you say, Mr. Haggard? Benedict. We're led to believe, sir, that your initials are EB. EB. Yet in the most positive manner you have in your grasp a cane bearing the initials AG. Did he come here to sell this cane, and then he tried to get more? An incontrovertible contradiction indeed, would you not agree? No, you're wrong. This cane isn't. I said before that you'd had that cane for years. So don't try to tell us that you must just borrowed it from a friend or found it in the park. In short, so you hold yourself to be a gentleman, you have withheld your true name. Did I hear a sound of breaking? Rico, sir? Something wrong? think you're recoiling, you're inadvertently facilitate, wait, what? Facilitate the answer of the next conundrum to present itself. Namely, what is the truth behind this rod you hear? Yes, your reactions betrays the truth. The handle which you evidently would like to conceal is the key to the understanding this riddle, you see. Let's consider the bare bones of what's happened here. Magistrate redeemed that fine-looking overcoat, and now a mysterious man has appeared, introducing himself with a fake name, claiming that the overcoat belongs to him. But we know that he actually identified with Miss Lestrade from a written description, which suggests that everything else he told us is untrue. So what we need to do here is somehow prove that the overcoat cannot possibly belong to him. Damn, my dude came here with stolen goods and tried to sell himself off as well. It's like, yes, I'm here to sell stuff. Yes, I definitely didn't steal any of it, and now I'm, covered in stolen items. Well, my guy. Oh yeah, I heard something breaking, and it's too big. Oh, there's a seam on the shoulder. There's coming apart. Look. So it is. So, do you know a moment ago where Mr. Benedict was surprised by something that was said? I thought I'd heard him make a rather strange noise. Okay, we just recreated that sound. It sounded like a bit like a tiny growl. But no, I think it was probably the sound of the seam ripping open. Look closely, it does seem to be very tight fit. It leaves a stretch to bursting, and you wouldn't have a hope of fastening it at the front. If you were to run around in it, I'm sure the whole thing would fall apart. Well, have you ever thought about? He might have been jacked, okay? He would have been, he would have been working out, man. I mean, man's just put the coat on. It's like Popeye, when he eats the spinach, his muscles start, exploding, and they start ripping his shirts off. I mean, it might be the case here as well. That I'd like to see. Sorry. How can we make Mr. Benedict to run around? It's really giving this some thought. I mean, this is more like her being, oh, let's see if it actually works out, What if we let him do some dumb shit? Then do some dumb and nothing will happen, right? Okay, so yeah, I don't think other than that, there's nothing else here. Okay. Oh, let's go with that. The split seam, which it evidently would like to concede, is the key to understanding this riddle you see. Oh. Yes, because the overcoat is rather obviously a poor fit. Having forced it over your broad shoulders, the seam is slowly breaking apart. My suspicions were aroused from the outset. When you so baldly lied about your name and so baldly waylaid this pickpocket. This catalog of untruths has been for one very specific purpose. See the article. The young girl redeemed from the Mr. Windybank. Well, my dude, you keep on trying to break down everything and ruin it all, and I need to, fix it. Can you, like, please not do it? Oh man, doing a pirouette. Great, great. What really irks me is this. The considerable crime I initially imagined has been considerably curtailed. Yep. Still abscond with a redeemed item. The great crime. Now, Mr. Benedict, let us continue. For we must expose the details of this elaborate crime you have in the planning. This is utterly absurd. Suggest that I, a gentleman, designed a wheeze to filch a tawdry article of pawnage. I forgot that I redeemed the article in the proper manner using the watchword. Our man is smooth with those moves. I've not been the one to deposit it in the first place. How could I possibly have known the relevant details? But the Nisapa? But the watchword can be discovered. As you're only too well aware, Mr. Benedict, at your furtive glance is more telling than I could have hoped. What? Let us consider how one might come to learn a secret watchword relating to the pawn property of another. Method revealed by the council notice on the counter to which your eyes were inadvertently drawn. The direction of the deduction must change rather dramatically now. Yes, definitely needs to. No more talk of tunneling into the sewers. Yes, we also not gonna think that the guy is about to rob a bank. Which is a pity, because it all sounds really exciting. Yes, it would sound exciting if it was a novel about a detective doing his thing. Also, probably have to move a little bit downwards. Let's see. Try this. Oops. Yeah. Well, I got the face covered. Well, I guess I'm gonna have this covered at least. Anyway, you can't deny that this mysterious gentleman did know the watchword. Yes, Professor. You didn't know that word. The Windybank would never allow you to redeem the article. Oh, looking at the other way. If you didn't know that word, Mr. Windybank would allow you to redeem the article whether it was yours or not. I think I'm gonna move it down a little bit more. So, when they go forward, then we don't have to look at this. But we have to probably move it around a bit more. So the question is, could this gentleman have found the watchword out somehow? I mean, look at the scale over here, right? Oh. Notelet. What's on that one though? Look at this, Mr. Sato. What appears to be a memo that Mr. Windybank has scribbled by himself. Let's see, what does it say? Oh, Professor. Somebody must make note of the watchword his customer gave him, right? Before their eyes. And an alarmingly clear script as well. Oh dear, I don't know where to look. Who knows what the other secret I might see? Well, you better start forgetting things, alright? Oh, a lamp. I mean, it's a possibility of reflections. The lamp. It's quite an old lamp. Well, obviously been well looked after. And there's oil in it too. Well, it's an oil lamp. No, it's still in use. Yes, it would appear so. But as for how it could be related to Mr. Benedict knowing the watchword of the Pond article, I have no idea. That makes two of us. Yes, I have also no idea. Well, that last one with the council notice. Baker Street Works is the title. Yes, and it does mention sewage works, as Mr. Sholmes said. Oh, that's where he got that from. I particularly mentioned that tonight's sale at the confectionery shop on the corner won't be affected. Case solving first, confectionery later, Naruto-san. Curse my overly expressive face. Now let's go with that. The method is revealed by the notelet on the counter to which your eyes were inadvertently drawn. Yes, the broker here follows the same procedure whenever a customer comes to redeem an article. He asks a customer for the watchword and notes down the response uttered on notelet he has to hand. Then he consults his ledger and confirms whether or not the watchword matched that of the article in question. I would expect nothing less of diligent pawnbroker. As diligent, it clearly has its disadvantage. Just what are you talking about? It is increasingly apparent that you were present in the shop before your accusation against Miss Lestrade. In all likelihood, you followed her inside and then observed her talking to Mr. Windybank. When then the broker made the note of the watchword and as is common practice. You observed him writing the word professor on the notelet besides the ledger. Great deduction. That's was the master plan you devised to steal the Pond article from Miss Young Lestrade. Master plan. Which brings us at last to the final chapter of this lurid scheme. Why would you go to such lengths to redeem that particular article from this pawnbroker? Are you quite serious? For an ill-fitting overcoat hardly seems to justify the effort, much less a worthless music box disc. But naturally, you had a very good reason to make them yours, didn't you, Mr. Benedict? I have no idea what you're talking about. Allow me to present a rather interesting piece of evidence. See this picture, postcard, really? That's all we need to know? I don't know about that. That's what we're talking about, are the overcoat and the music box discs. So that was in one of the pockets, which according to Mr. Windybank isn't even worth a penny. Yet this man went to such length to steal it. Why? I wonder if perhaps we have evidence we need to explain it. Naruto-san, would we really? Really, I better have a thorough look through all the evidence we've collected so far. Well, I only have one item. Okay. Yes, okay, first, I want to see if it's blood or just, you know, paint. Look at all the bumps on the disc. They're so tiny. I think they're for music box. Protrusions are called pins. They plug the teeth of the comb to make noise. And just on the edge, there's a small amount of blood. Blood of mysterious egg. Wait. Agate Benedict. Illustrator tried to grab the disc from him. It scratched his finger, it seems. Like when you're grading some rock, daikon radish, and accidentally catch your finger. Yeah, why would you talk about, you know, grading your fingers against that? Jesus, please. Think about it hurts. Yeah, we shouldn't have even. I shouldn't have read it even in the first place. Oh, it puts me off eating radish. Oh my god. Let's get away from it. Oh, there's a little scrap of paper stuck onto the reverse side of the disc. Look! I discovered a word or two and it looks like somebody's name. From McGilded? McGilded? Wait, isn't he the guy who got set afire? But it is Mr. Naruhodo. A name I shall never forget for as long as I live. But why? Why is his name on this? Oh. You see, this music box disc is all we need to know. What's that on the back? It reads for McGilded. Well, he's no more. Ah, Magnus. Mr. Magnus McGilded. The unfortunate philanthropist who perished in curious circumstances at the Old Bailey 2 months ago. Prominent man in London, though his lone-mongering demonstrated a distinct lack of scruples. So, you're an associate of his, are you? Or perhaps a subordinate? Hey, a subordinate? Will you run an underground criminal, you know, ring? Mr. McGilded was a man of unusually small stature, in fact. It was precisely the right size for that overcoat that you squeezed yourself into. I know it looks like his coat is probably a bit longer for him. Mr. McGilded, at least. True identity remains shrouded in mystery, Mr. Agate Benedict. But the final conclusion here is crystal clear the reason you came to this pawnbroker today. Was to retrieve the article left behind by the late Magnus McGilded. Ooh. To acquire an item deposited by Mr. McGilded. Damn. Something, you know, so far, so long ago, comes now back? I mean, that's something else, okay? That's some magic. Well. Mr. Magnus McGilded. Not that I expected to hear in these circumstances. Yep, same as here. Same here. I didn't expect that name to be hearing it in this, you know, space. Or these circumstances, at least. But I'm afraid there's something very troubling on my mind. Right, Miss Tusato. Well, according to what Mr. Windybank told us earlier. Sorry. Today was the final day on which the code would have been redeemed, was it not? Yes, ma'am, that is correct. But it was precisely 2 months since it was first deposited. Well, today is the 15th April, so 2 months ago today would have been the 15th of February, sir. That's right, it's all carefully recorded in my ledger. Was it at 10:30 p.m. I see. What? But let's suggest. Yes, 15 February. Exactly the day on which the omnibus murder took place. At 10:30 in the evening. It's precisely the time at which the terrible events were unfolding. To not the word, it would seem the matter is entirely beyond coincidence. Oh shit. You are, of course, at liberty to make whatever outlandish deduction you choose, however. I must insist you hand over the music box this... No, whoa. It would be a terrible shame for you to return to your native land in the box. What do I do? Well... we might get shot here. Absolutely not. There are some things a man must protect at all costs. This may be one of those things. Then again, it may not. Oh shit! Do we have a maxing standoff? Somebody back, this is my shop. I can't allow any harm to come to my customers if that were to happen. I should have to take my own. Hey, yo, don't take your life, take this guy's life, alright? What are you doing? Mr. Winback, no! Yeah, please don't kill yourself. Kill the other person. Alright, that's enough. Oh. Inspector Gregson. Inspector? That's right, sunshine. The alarm was raised. One of our dedicated emergency lines. We got here as fast as we could. Now, what's all this about, eh? Oh, praise be! You're here at last. I was a moment away from forfeiting my own life in my very own establishment. Yeah, even though you should have taken this guy's life, but not yours. Would seem you have the upper hand. Yeah, he brought more fish and chips? But you lot have got some explaining to do. I appreciate being bothered with some petty argy-bargy. Petty? Tony the Bank very nearly met with his end. Well, he always tried to meet his end. But you know, he was very close, but yet so far again. Yeah, by his own gun as far as I can tell. Oh dear. Oh dear. The whole of Britain could meet with its end if I don't get to the bottom of this case I'm supposed to be working on. What on earth is the case, Inspector? No detail, Gregson. I might have said a little too much. No matter, it's nothing to do with you, love. Anyway, sir, you're gonna have to come with me down to the station. But of course, Inspector. Really? Getting way after him, lads. Was it the beat officer too? Really? Gonna let him run like this? I cannot believe it, man. You have two guys, you have three guys even. There's been a spate of thefts at pawn shops around here recently. So we fitted emergency buttons underneath the counters for brokers to let us know when there's trouble. Oh, Inspector, I was very worried, and therefore very worried indeed. Now then, Mr. Permanently in mourning. Yes. Oh, yes. I'll be taking that, whatever it is, of Mr. McGillet's down to the yard. Thank you very much. I'll hand it over. Oh, yes, of course, of course. Here you go, I mean, you're a cop, right? Oh, don't give it to me. Don't give it to him. It's mine, that is mine. Okay, calm down, Gina. Alright, calm down. Alright, you're still... Sure, you could say, if, you know, someone who finds it, it's, you know, it's the owner. But this is not the time for it, alright? This is not the time. I'm sorry, miss. But anything belonging to McGildet has to be taken in as evidence now. As evidence? Yes. If the police demand something as evidence, my dear fellow, you have no choice but to capitulate. Capitulate. It's all yours, Inspector. And the case is wide open. And so we handed Mr. McGilded this over to the Inspector Gregson. And we're summarily turfed out of the shop and onto the street. To be continued, yes indeed. To be continued. Yeah, I mean now it's definitely starting up again, you know. Like there's no way that, you know, it will end up which one was it? This one. You know, after we saw him die, you know, in the courtroom, set aflame, and now we don't see anything anymore. Baker Street. That's why grown-ups. Well, but you know what I also hate? Stop here for today. Sorry there, guys. We're stopping for today, so we can, you know, do it tomorrow as well, because today it's kind of a weird day, you know, again. So gonna continuing it tomorrow. I definitely want to, you know, get started. I think also this week is gonna be interesting with what we're gonna play. I want to finish up this episode. So what we're gonna do is come back tomorrow, start fresh. Well, starting fresh, you know, with this stream, you know, starting with the stream, and you know, trying to finish up episode 5 and get to the end of this game as well, and see if there's more as well. But also, I've also noted what else we might be playing this week, so we might, I don't know, jump into the Caligula Effect 2 after this. But I have to think about it a bit more, right? So yeah, we have to see. I have to see what we might find. So yeah, for now, as always, you know, if you guys enjoyed the stream, the follows always appreciated. Same goes with Twitter as well. Always keep you guys updated on Twitter if I'm going live or not, or playing a new game, or what game I'd be starting next, right? And also, if you have missed out on the playthrough of Ace Attorney or even Caligula Effect, Overdose, you can subscribe also to my YouTube channel. You can also check out my YouTube channel for many more, you know, playthroughs of JRPGs or RPGs or any kind of, you know, niche games that, you know, might have been under the radar, like the Somnium Files, Nirvana Initiative, Ori and the Blind Forest, Solar the Ash, Persona 4, and you know, if you've also missed this playthrough of Ace Attorney, even though it's been like what, 2 months ago since we, you know, started this, you can also catch up on YouTube. So I have all uploaded over there. So if you want to catch up, go over there as well. So yeah, as always, you know, I thank you guys for watching, and yeah, so we're gonna be doing all of that tomorrow, and hopefully start fresh and yeah, see if we can get to the courtroom without any problems. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. See you guys tomorrow.